Hey guys, this is Julie. Last time, well not last time, a couple times before, I did a vlog on black people and my criticisms when it comes to black people, mostly gangsta blacks. Well, in this one, I'm going to do my criticisms and my issues with white people. Since I am half white, I am allowed to criticize I am allowed to criticize white people since I am half white, so. Problem number one I have with white people. Ever since Obama got elected, all of a sudden, you have to, as a mixed person, claim you're mixed. Before him, they pretty much forced you to say you're black. They didn't give you that option to other races. They didn't want you claiming your white side. In fact, it was just black or other. That was all you were to white people. I mean, let's face it, if a mixed person did something bad, they're going to be seen as a black person. And that's exactly probably why Obama did want to be seen as a black person, because if you're going to be seen as a black person doing bad, why not be seen as a black doing good? And it is his personal choice to call himself a black man. When you're mixed, you are given the right to choose to identify with one of your two races, to identify just being mixed, or to identify as all three, like I do. I identify as a white girl, black girl, and a mixed girl. I changed my race to my liking, because if it could benefit me in a situation, why not? I mean, you can't tell me I can until there's a law saying I can't do it. And so I will change my race. Whatever, like I said, I mean, why not take advantage of that opportunity? I mean, I'm just merely playing the game society created. I got my deck of cards, I might as well try to find a way to use them. So, yeah. I don't like how white people are all angry about his decision. It doesn't make you a self-hater to say you're black when you're mixed. I mean, you do not know someone's experience growing up. You cannot, I mean, don't judge people until you know their experiences. You'll never know all their experiences to why they chose what they did and their self-identification. I mean, like I said, mono racists will never understand what it's like to be mixed and the whole self-identification thing, because, well, a black person or white person, no matter what, they're black or white. But a mixed person, I mean, they have three races. They can be whichever they want, and no one can say any different. Next thing that I have an issue with when it comes to white people is how they get so upset because black people have Black History Month and BET. One, BET is a stupid channel, and it sucks. No one likes it. At least no one's smart. And not to mention, they do have white people on there, from what I'm told, from people who actually do watch it. TV1's a much better black channel, if you ask me. Another, whole Black History Month, well, if you really hate Black History Month, white people, why don't you lobby to have Black history properly taught in school? I mean, they don't even, you should be happy. They rarely teach about Black history in school, even during February. So it doesn't even make a difference. I mean, the only two things you learn about with black people is civil rights, maybe, not always do you learn about it, especially in high school, and then slavery. I mean, there is much more to black culture and black history than just those two things, but it seems to be the only two things people actually want to teach about. I mean, why is it that, I mean, white people always get upset about what black people have? They don't seem upset about what Spanish people have. I mean, they have their own Heritage Month. They have their own Spanish-speaking channels. Why aren't they upset about that? They're always, I mean, I don't even get why white people are upset what black people have. It's not like they have a whole lot. I mean, when you still turn on the TV, 90% of it's going to be white people. When you go to school and learn history class, the majority of it's going to be about white men, white rich men. So I don't see exactly why white people are so upset. I mean, the world still catered to white people. The standard of living in this country is the whole white race. So being a little upset because black people have something that's directed for black people. And then another thing that gets my nerves is white people's perception of what equality is. They actually have this belief that we are all equal. Guess what? There's no such thing as equality. We're never going to be equal. We're not going to be equal racially, and we're not going to be equal personality-wise. No one's going to be equal ever. No human is equal. In the end, we're all born with different amount of opportunities given to us. Some with not many, some not any at all, and some with a whole lot. We're all born with different things. I mean, no one's born with everything the same. No one, I mean, if you were born with all this stuff, The next person next door to you may not be. I mean, this whole idea of equality is dumb because that just marginalizes those who really do work hard given their situations in life. So I don't like the whole belief that we're equal because that's not true. My next problem with white people is their belief that racism is gone. I mean, I don't know where they get that from, considering white people have got to be the most ignorant, racist race on earth. Or at least in this country, they're the most racist race of them all. And I mean, I guess I get annoyed when they state that racism is gone. No, racism is not gone. It's only been 40 years, so anyone expecting a major racial change has to be pretty dumb. In fact, I think it was a bad idea voting Obama in because this country is not ready for a black person yet. It just made more people who are racist become even bigger racists. Even we discovered a lot of racist people during this election. Maybe that was the good part of it, because that's another problem I have with white people are the fact that they hide their true feelings. They will. I mean, 40 years ago, it was okay to be racist. Everyone was loud and proud about it. But nowadays, like I said, this country's still it's still as racist as it was 4 years ago. I mean, the hate crimes are still happening, obviously, with the Holocaust incident. But a lot of people are more quiet now. Sometimes I don't know what's worse, loud and proud racists or quiet closeted racists, because the loud and proud ones, they'll get annoying, but at least you know where they stand, at least you know what they are, and aren't going to be too surprised if they do something horrible, because you know that they're racist. But the ones that are quiet and closeted about it, you don't know. It's just like people who apologize when they're not sorry. They end up hurting. You never know where they're standing, and they could deceive you and wreck your life because you didn't know where they stood on the issue, and they fooled you. So sometimes maybe it is better to be around loud and proud women. I mean, yeah, they're more annoying, but at least you know in the end. So that's my criticisms So my criticism mostly of the white race is due to the racial issue, and just don't like how. I mean, white people have this idea that if you don't talk about racism, it goes away. No, I don't see how anyone thinks that by ignoring it and just criticizing you for being upset about racial issues is going to make things better. No, if anything, that just shows how you have a racial problem, because if you didn't have the problem with it, you wouldn't mind talking about it. And it's obvious many of them do have racial issues still, and that's why they choose not to talk about it, because you know what? It's not going to get better until you actually own up and accept the fact it's still bad out there, it's still happening, it's not getting better, it's getting worse. I mean, pretending is not going to do anything, really, people. It ain't. So, yeah, that's my criticisms of the white race. Most of it's got to do with their ignorance and their racist views, and their just mostly a racial issue for me, honestly. And yeah, there you have it. Bye.